Hey guys, it's Elaine Ball here from Elaine Ball Technical Marketing. So this is just a diary update for Friday the 10th of November. Can you believe it? We're halfway through almost of November already. It'll soon be Christmas. So Ellie and I went down to the Survey Association in Swindon. One thing before I go on is have a look at the magical roundabout on YouTube in Swindon. So make sure you put in magical roundabout Swindon. One of the things that we got there here, it got into Swindon in the dark, and there's this massive roundabout. I think it's like 7 roundabouts, and one of them in the middle is like anti-clockwise, and there's like little roundabouts all the way around. So any Americans coming over, it's just, I mean, God, it was scary for us, but I mean, anybody from the stateside, I mean, they don't like roundabouts, so it was a very interesting experience, should I say. Anyways, so we're at the Steam Railway Museum, which was really good, great venue for the conference. A couple of things which stood out for me. It was great to get a good point from Chris Preston. He's one of the senior technical engineers at Network Rail. And he was talking about the democratization of survey data. So in other words, making that survey data more accessible to everybody. So it got me thinking, is that accessible to people within Network Rail, or is it with accessibility to anybody from Joe Bloggs down the road to, you know, the local school or the local council? Can they access your data as a surveyor? So that got me thinking about where it's all going to go. He did talk about as well a lot about the future of surveying and, you know, the virtual reality things, as we all hear about and know about. And also, I mean, I work with some of the construction guys in the States, and kids, you know, with Minecraft, you know, that's going to be the next generation of civil engineers and engineers within buildings and things like that. So, you know, Minecraft, sort of what they're doing. So yeah, quite interesting. The other person that I want to keep an eye on, who was an absolute fantastic speaker, Irish guy, so of course his accent was great, was Barry Gleeson. So he was really interesting, and he was talking a lot about BIM and getting BIM into the railway industry, and making it more efficient, better benefits, that sort of thing. So he's definitely one for you guys to keep an eye on. I met a great guy called Alan Barrow, who he's from ABA Surveying, cracking guy, stirred things up a little bit, which I thought was quite good. He literally was talking about how do we get all the people in the industry, the surveyors in the industry, to come together as one and have one voice, because he was talking about things like different companies have different ways. So for example, one council might use a certain code for a lamppost, where another council might use a different code. And he was talking about how we should be the surveyors should be the ones that, you know, control this. So that got me thinking about what we could do from a communications point of view. From a diary point of view this week, I should say a blog point of view, we wrote a blog on how to turn your website into a lean, mean converting machine. So I thought that was quite a cracking title. So one of the things that you'll see me doing is, as you can see from the video, I'm testing out this medium on a consistent basis every Friday. To give you a little update, a snapshot of what I've been doing in the week. So I'm interested to know what you'd like me to talk about, but also I think, you know, a little bit of an idea of what I do will give you a couple of sort of further ideas. But don't be afraid to use a bit of video, and also don't be afraid to use your smartphone. I mean, this has just been on playing on a recording. Oh God, I can't get my words out today. Recording on a iPhone. So I've put it on a tripod, and off we go. I have finished the December article for Point of Beginning magazine. That's a survey publication in the States. They have a circulation of about 33,000 surveyors, which is great. And it also not just American, they do go outside of the States. And that is literally focusing on, if you keep an eye on my content that I've been writing, there's links in my LinkedIn profile for each month. I've been talking about capturing more of the type of client that you want more of. So we've called this guy buyer persona Mike. So he's the type of buyer that I want more of as a surveyor. So I've gone through the article and actually literally documented how we need to go out and communicate to these types of people, because you don't know who they are, and it's like, how do you find them? Well, they've got to find you through your content. So that's a really good one. And last and not least, but was our biggest thing this week, was the Get Kids Into survey. So we produced the poster. We gave out 80 copies at the show. We had another 20, in 4 days we had 20 people request further posters, with an average of 3 posters per request. And they've gone everywhere. We've sent them to Idaho, we've sent them to Finland, we've sent them to France, and of course the UK and Ireland, which is really good. So we're going to be coming out with a winter scene for Christmas, just before Christmas. So keep your eyeballs on Get Kids Into survey. Anyway, that's all from me this week. You take care. Have a lovely weekend.